welcome guys. I hope your day is going great so far. Thank you very much for joining me for this tarot read. All right, collective, so let's go ahead and get started. I was not feeling the letters or the numbers today, or at least not for this read, so we're not going to bring them forward. Instead, we're going to start with this deck here, and we're going to allow the message to sort of come forward, the message that you guys need to hear the most. Interesting. So we had the moon, we had bushfires here. I feel some sort of a big change. It's like the catalyst for a big change in your life. Not something I feel like you chose for yourself, though. It was something probably that another person had a hand in, or another energy had a hand in, because I don't feel like it was something where you were like, hey, this is a great idea. Let's go ahead and do this. I feel like this was something that had to do with other people's choices, and it was almost like it forced your hand, or they drove the situation in that direction. Yeah, the changes are definitely freaking scary. If we got that Oceans card, it's definitely a big scary change. I do feel a lot of anger in that bushfires about what was done. So I don't know if somebody was deceitful within this change too. That was part of the catalyst that drove it. Oceans bravery. This Oceans card, it always reminds me, you can see the figure walking on the planet. Our planet turns. It just does. It's not going to stop. It's like change. Change is forever happening in our life. There's nothing that we can do to stop it from occurring because we can't control every little aspect around us. This card always reminds me to try and go with the flow of change and not fight it. And at least if you're moving with the flow of it, it gives you a little bit of control as to which direction it goes in. Whereas if you're trying to dig your heels in, you're trying to make that earth stop spinning, it's going to keep going and you're going to fall on your butt. So whatever this changes that you're going through, it's happening. It's happening. Whether you like it or not, whatever emotions come along with it, this change is taking place in your life. And there is this need to, I don't want to really say get on board, because you don't have to be super excited about it, but there is a need for acceptance here so that you can start to control what direction this change goes in, instead of saying sort of like stalled out. Because I think that's what happens if we try and fight the change. We stay kind of stalled out. Snow, silence. Wow, that outer core, I got told the word Empress when I pulled it. So I do feel like somebody is on their Empress journey. And when I say that, I'm talking about healing and personal growth, and evolution. So you're going through an experience that will help you grow as a person if you're able to sort of look at it from that direction and learn the lessons that it offers. But it comes with healing. It comes with healing your heart. This is not an easy journey that somebody is going through. I see a lot of having to rebuild. I do see stumbling along the way. I see that there will be obstacles that somebody's having to go through. And a lot of the obstacles are going to be on the inside. It's going to be somebody's heart. It's going to be sadness. It's going to be anger. Like, especially with this bushfires, there is anger there. There's a lot of anger there. There's a lot of fury. Somebody is very angry about how this changed their life. You got to remember the thing about bushfires, because all of these cards here, they're still based on things in nature, things that are very elemental. Bushfires, forest fires, they seem extremely devastating because they completely change the landscape around them, but they're also cleansing. There are some seeds that will not germinate unless they experience a certain heat, and that heat can only come from a forest fire. So it allows something new to come forward and grow. That's what's happening here. It is the seed for a future. It is the seed for some sort of a new beginning, somebody coming into their Empress energy, somebody finding their own and coming into themselves. I'm going to grab a few more of these before I go to tarot. I'm being told the number 1. So can we bring one more card forward, please? That is relevant to this read. I actually had a bunch that wanted to pop out. So we're going to use them. They came out. They need to be a part of your read. Dark matter mystery. I do feel fear of the unknown. Fear of what this next chapter is going to look like. I also feel in this card coping with the emotions that are going along with this change and sort of really being afraid of delving into it. And I feel like the anger is easier to feel than the hurt. I feel like that's why somebody's so angry right now. They don't want to feel the disappointment, the heartbreak, and the hurt that goes along with this situation. Because I have this distinct impression, like I said, there's another energy involved, and that second energy was the one that drove this change. Voice speaking your word. Yeah, and that's part of Empress energy too. is being able to be assertive, being able to speak your truth. Pressure, there's that outside pressure bringing forward change. Inner core. I'm going to tell you, there's something that needs to be expressed here through everything that's going on. I don't know if this is to that secondary energy, and it might just be writing a letter to this person, because I don't know if you'll get a chance to speak your mind about how this affected your life. And you might never send this letter, but being able to write it, and I do believe being able to say those words out loud, is going to start to help with the healing process. If you get a chance, I would speak that word. I would speak those words to that person if you have that opportunity. If that is not going to be an opportunity that exists for you, being able to still formulate those words, being able to formulate those thoughts, to write them down and to say them out loud, it will be cleansing. I know sometimes when people do that, they'll burn the paper afterwards. It's sort of like symbolic in releasing it, releasing those emotions. This is part of somebody needing to take steps in that direction, take steps in healing, take steps in sorting things out, taking back their power and finding that inner peace. Because as long as somebody's feeling like this, feeling so angry, this energy, the secondary energy who really was the catalyst for all of this happening, they still have a level of control over the way this person's feeling and the way their life is going, because they're keeping them stalled out, because that person is choosing to stay in that anger. It's time to start progressing and move forward from anger and allow somebody to explore the hurts, explore how it actually hurts them, not just the angry part, but that deep hurt. To express that, to recognize it, to accept the situation for what it is, and to start trying to push forward and move forward. It will be like a breath of fresh air for somebody. It will be like the beginning of a new life. It's not going to be like a switch flipping and everything's fine, but it's like a big step in starting to move forward, in changing the way that somebody feels on a day-to-day basis and really progressing. That is part of that Empress energy, part of that Empress journey, that personal growth, the evolution, and the healing and moving forward. I need a tarot deck for this read. Tarot, which deck? I keep getting pulled to this guy. So this is the one we're going to use for your read. So, and tarot wanted to go right away. Six of Wands. Communication. And the Eight of Wands. I grab a couple more. Yeah, it's time to start. See, in the Six of Wands, I see recognition. But this is recognizing your emotions. This is recognizing, again, the dark matter, recognizing the hurt, not staying in the anger, but digging deeper beyond the anger and looking into the hurt, being able to recognize it. Wands are a lot about communication too. The first step of this is communicating this to yourself. Being able to look into this in yourself, being able to identify it in yourself, and then being able to speak it out loud. The Eight of Wands next to the Ace of Swords, speak your truth. Speaking your truth will be emotionally freeing. Absolutely. Like the Knight of Cups, it will be emotionally freeing. This is going to be a long journey for somebody, and I feel like it already feels like it is. Because I think somebody's been in this anger stage for, it feels like a while now. So it's about time to move on to the next step. It's time to start letting go of this. It's time to start moving forward. But this healing journey, this Empress path, is a long one. It's a long one, and it's not an easy one. And that's part of what makes the rewards at the end so great, with that personal growth, that evolution, that coming home to yourself, finding your balance, finding your inner peace, your self-love and self-confidence. It is a building process. You have to build it over a period of time by being able to process these things, by being able to speak your truth. It's all part of the journey. There's no pieces that can get skipped in here, unfortunately. The Knight of Wands. Yeah, it's time to start moving to the next stage. It's time to start moving on. It's time to start moving forward. It's time to start going with the flow of this change. Because I just keep feeling like as long as somebody feels like this, they never get to experience the next stage of life. It's almost like they're cheating themselves out of what could come next. And it could be finding a new home. It could be finding a new career. It could be moving to a different location. It could be just rebuilding their life. It could be taking up hobbies, just doing a lot of things that somebody enjoys and really building their life around the things that they want in it and the things that they value in it and the people that they value in it too. It's very isolating to be this angry. It's very isolating. It keeps you from wanting to be around others, from wanting to trust anybody. It does wind up tying into depression and sort of not wanting to go anywhere, not wanting to do anything. Everything kind of seems like a bit of a hassle or a bit of a drag. It just weighs you down, and I feel like somebody's been weighed down, and it feels like for far too long. It's time for this change. It's time to let go of the anger. It's time to let go of the bitterness, and it's time to start delving into those deeper emotions and really start processing it and moving on and moving forward into the next stage. Yeah. Ace of Wands, time to move forward into a new chapter of life. I'll tell you this too. I do believe everything happens for a reason, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I feel like especially the ugly, it's usually what takes us to the biggest changes in our life, the most positive changes, the most personal growth. A lot of times it's what takes you on that Empress path and that Empress journey. It's something big and it's something crappy that happens. I feel like for this person, it's no different. For this person, it's no different. I have the Nine of Cups next to the Three of Swords. The Nine of Cups a lot of times is wish fulfillment. The Three of Swords, I mean, it's obviously heartbreak, right? I do feel like in some way, shape, or form, this heartbreak was a blessing in disguise. So I'm not entirely sure. Tarot might bring a little bit more forward about what the situation was in the past and why it's bringing this message forward. But a lot of times these things happen to purge things from our life that aren't supposed to be there, things that are not beneficial to us, things that actually hold us back from reaching our true potential. And that is no different in this case. So there is something about what was going on in this past, something about what was removed from this person's life with that secondary energy that was not supposed to be there, that was going to stop somebody from finding true wish fulfillment. If this was maybe a romantic partner, that was not the one who was supposed to be with them. That was not the one who was supposed to be in their life forever. There was something that person did, or something about who they were and what they had to offer that was never going to give this person the happiness that they were after. It was like stalling them out and taking up space in their life where somebody else actually belonged. I'm going to grab a few more here. Keep going here, Tarot. Bring clarification maybe on what happened in the past. Can you tell me more about the catalyst? Ooh, there we go, for this situation. Whoa, there we go. Now Tarot wants to talk those two as well. We're going to see what it's all about. Eight of Swords. I do see cycles here too, especially with the Six of Cups. So whatever this was, this catalyst that happened, this wasn't like the first time that it happened. I don't know if this was like on again, off again, kind of breaking up. This had happened before though. It had happened before. The potential for this big change and transition had happened before. But instead of somebody moving in that direction, they wound up getting involved in another cycle. They sort of like skipped it. Like it took, a couple of times around for this to actually come to some sort of an end so that somebody could start moving on to this journey. Is it though the Five of Cups? There we go. One too many going on here. I got two kings and I got a queen. Two kings and I got a queen. So somebody lost out. Somebody did wind up going to a third party is what happened here, because I got too many kings and these are both different people. And I have this feeling like one of them doesn't belong, or one of them was new. One of them is where somebody traveled off to. I got the King of Swords next to the Queen of Cups, and I have the King of Wands sort of off by himself here. Two of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and the Tower card. This King of Wands strikes me as the one who's left out. He's the one reflecting on the Tower. He's the one not moving on and moving forward. He's the one still looking back towards the Queen of Cups. I feel like the King of Wands is representative of the person who's going through this. I also feel a lot of anger and resentment and bitterness from this card too. This is somebody who definitely resents this Queen of Cups choosing another party over them, choosing another male party over them. They resent the Tower. They resent somebody else making this choice, bringing this ending about, and they still have not let go of it. Like I said, still stuck in the anger, still resentful, still bitter about what's going on. But it keeps, that's the thing, it's like it keeps this King of Wands stuck. So this King of Wands never gets to heal his heart. This King of Wands never gets to move on and find some sort of companionship, even if it's just friendship, because I feel like this, I don't trust anybody now, and I'm never going to trust anybody again. And it's not like I'm going to be cautious about trusting new people. This is like a bitterness taking over, and everybody's evil, and I'm not trusting anyone again, and I'm going to always be alone, and da-da-da-da-da-da. It's like this person is keeping themselves trapped. They're keeping themselves trapped in the anger, in the resentment. Like, it's time to move forward. They're keeping themselves in like this snow card, like winter. You know, everything looks absolutely dead in the winter. Everything's quiet. Everything's covered in snow. The trees don't have leaves. But winter is about sort of conserving those resources. It's about rest and recuperating and getting ready for the next cycle of abundance. And this person is just sitting in winter. What they need to be doing is starting to look towards spring, starting to look towards summer, start to do that healing process so that they can find joy in their life. They're not carrying this around like a huge weight on their shoulders, because this weighs on this person. This person thinks about this crap that happened in the past every day. Every day they hang on to it. It makes them angry. Every time they think about it, they just stay in that anger. It's time to start moving on and moving forward for them. I'm not saying, go out and date again, go out and get married, but release the anger. Allow yourself to feel the hurt and the sadness. Write a letter to this Queen of Cups, whoever this person was who you feel wronged you, a detailed letter about all your feelings. All of your feelings, all the deepest shit, not just anger, but the hurt too, and how sad it made you feel, how alone it made you feel with this person and what they did, how it made you feel like you didn't matter. All of those things, express those things. And even if you never send it to them, say it out loud. Read the letter out loud, and then, like I said, try the burning it thing. Try the burning it thing where you can then release it. And move on and move forward, because that's what this healing journey is about. It's what every healing journey is about. Learning to process those feelings, allowing yourself to feel those things, and then letting it go and looking forward to a future. And this person hasn't made it to that step. And like I said, this is a long time coming. This journey's been going on for a while. Ace of Cups. It's time for a new beginning. It's like this person could have... And that's what the joy card, that music card, is all about. This person could have a new cycle of abundance. I'm not talking love. I'm not talking romance. I'm just talking like not living with anger and bitterness every day. I'm talking about just feeling happy, feeling lighter, feeling that release. This person could have this new cycle of happiness and coming back into balance, but they have to choose it. This King of Wands has to choose it for himself, and he hasn't been able to do it so far. So I'm hoping that he most definitely does. Queen of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. I'm going to grab a few more here. Queen of Swords. Yeah, and I see new figures coming into his life. I told new and I told old. Okay, so this person, this King of Wands, whoever this person is, they do have other figures that notice them, that see them. I don't know if this is romance or if this is like friendship, but these are people who see this King of Wands as somebody they would like to have a relationship with. They would like to invest in this person. They would like to have a positive connection with this person, but this King of Wands can't let go of their burdens. And so they see this new Queen of Swords or old Queen of Swords, the Queen of Wands, every queen that comes along through the filter of this Queen of Cups and what this Queen of Cups put them through. They now see every other person just like that. It's like it's like it's clouded. It's like beer goggles or, rose colored glasses. Like everything is tinted now. Everything is tinted to go along with this Queen of Cups and what they experience with this person. So they never see someone new or even somebody old for who they are. They see it as that potential hurt and that can be repeated, which keeps them isolated. It keeps them alone. The Page of Pentacles in this Wheel of Fortune tells me that this person has to learn to let those burdens go and to look at people, every individual, with fresh eyes if they want this Wheel of Fortune to turn. Now, I'm not just talking romance. I'm talking even friendship. Having friendships. You don't have to have deep friendships where you have, I don't know, fucking sleepovers and tell each other your deepest, darkest secrets, but just having nice people you like to hang out with and go have a coffee and shoot the shit or whatever. Like, it's good to have those kinds of positive interactions with people. And I feel like this King of Wands don't do that. Like, everybody's arm's length. Everybody's like, stay back because you could hurt me, like this Queen of Cups did. It's like the bitterness just overrides everything and it keeps them from having positive connections with others. Positive connections that don't necessarily have to be romantic, but they could be friendship, and this person won't allow it to happen in their life. Like they're robbing themselves of joy that they could possibly have. The Nine of Swords, the Emperor, Hermit. Yeah, there are two Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is like, can see the figure there and all the swords, and the swords represent the thoughts, the feelings. So it's basically that filter and that bitterness and that anger that stay put. And this stops them from seeing wisdom. There's a little owl in the window, but the figure can't see the owl in the window that represents wisdom through all of the swords. This is that clouded thought. This person can't find the wisdom to come through all of this, to start this Empress path where they can start releasing, they can start healing, they can start growing as a person. And they're just staying within the Nine of Swords. And I'll tell you the thing about the Nine of Swords too, it can represent anxiety, it can represent depression. But it's when you're feeling this way and you're feeling stuck and you're feeling confused and you're feeling very hurt and very sad and like you can't find your way through it, it encourages you to look at your situation from a different perspective, to be able to find some sort of clarity. So I think he's just been looking at this one way. Our King of Wands has been looking at this whole thing just one way, and they've been looking at it like that for a while. It's time to step back and start looking at the bigger picture. This anger that this king carries around, because of what this Queen of Cups did, is keeping this king stuck. It's keeping them with this heavy burden of anger on a daily basis. It's keeping them bitter, and it's keeping them from allowing positive things in their life out of fear of repetition of this hurt, which actually is giving whoever this Queen of Cups is power over how this King of Wands is living their life. I don't know if somebody's the King of Wands and they're watching this, they're probably pretty angry at me right now, but it is the truth, and it's what tarot is bringing forward. And tarot's not bringing it forward to be a jerk. Tarot's bringing it forward because they see somebody who's hurting, somebody who's angry, and somebody who's stuck. And they see that this person has the potential to find happiness and joy and fulfillment in their life and positive connections with others, but they have to choose to allow themselves to have it. So tarot wants to see this person make this transition. Tarot wants to see this person be able to step up and to embrace the Empress journey and to start moving forward and leave this stuff in the past. The Hermit's about getting introspective, being able to look at things from a different point of view, not being afraid to take a deeper look at oneself, at things that might not be overly flattering or might be maybe a little offensive at times, but is being able to see that truth about yourself, being able to recognize that, to recognize in your behavior where you might be holding yourself back or where things could change and you can better your life. That's part of the Empress journey. As part of this person coming into Emperor energy, and this is like the best form of yourself. So having this Emperor come forward here, this is like this person has the opportunity to be a very great force in their life, to find tons of success, to find tons of happiness. I'm not just talking about like money success. Just talking about feeling happy in your everyday life, feeling like, you got good connections with others, your life is going in a good direction, you're not hanging on to these negative emotions, there's no heavy burdens weighing on you. This is what this person can have, but they have to take the journey. They have to choose to take the journey. And tarot very much wants this person to take this journey. Keep seeing that. It's about time. It's about time. The Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. If somebody can make this change, if our King of Wands can step forward and start making these changes and start actively working towards healing instead of sort of staying in this winter, staying in this fury, like the bushfires, they will start to notice a difference. Absolutely. That's what the Three of Pentacles says. It's like starting to see the fruits of your labor. You will wind up noticing a difference. You'll wind up, see, I have the Ten of Cups here. This is where they will be heading. This is like happiness. This is abundance in your home life. This is balance, peace of mind. Peace of mind and letting all of this go, not having it weigh on you anymore, not giving that Queen of Cups any more of your time, any more of your energy. They don't deserve it. Let it go. You can't change the past. There's no such thing as a time machine as far as I know, so you can't go back and change what happened. It is what it is. So now is the time to accept, to move on, and to move forward. The Hangman, the only thing that can stop our King of Wands from finding a beautiful Ten of Cups for themselves is them. This is something that has to be chosen. This read is all about choice. So I hope that this King of Cups is watching, or this King of Wands is watching, and I hope that this resonates, and I hope that he can really see through this and begin his new journey forward. Because this, carrying this anger around, that is a heavy burden. And I hope this person can find their happiness. Alrighty guys, have a great day.